Hello, I'm Ali Al-Shannar. I'm the youngest Emirati to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. To be honest, it feels really good. I really like the feeling to be the youngest Emirati because it means that I not only climbed it, but I'm also the youngest in my country. It feels really, really good to be the youngest in the country. You're showing your country that you've done something. To be honest, yes and no. Yes, in the sense that there is competition, of course, like I have to beat my brother, but no, because although like I have to beat him, he's really helped me. Like he gave me tips, he told me to do it, he's really like encouraged me as well. So yes and no. Yeah, it was in Switzerland about 4 years ago, and we did a roughly 6 or 7 hour hike. It's one of the worst experiences ever at the time, but to be honest, it paid off. Okay, so there's two main problems, well actually three main problems. The first one is that you're walking every day more than 6 hours, somewhere between 6 and 8 on an average day, and some days more. And while walking, you're carrying a 10-kilo bag, like roughly 10 kilos, usually more. The second problem is from roughly the third day, you feel it's quite cold, and so you're constantly having to remove your jacket and put it back on, because every time you stop, you see the jacket, every time you start walking, the jacket that you're wearing, you start getting cooler on the inside. So whenever you stop, you have to take it off. You have to put back your jacket because it's like you started getting cold again. And then when you walk again, you get hot, you take off a jacket, you put it back on. So it's quite a frustrating problem. And the third thing is altitude and lack of oxygen, they're linked. So it causes you to not be able to sleep. You don't have a feeling that like you don't want to eat. And to be honest, it just makes you bloated and sick. Okay, there's actually two things. First of all, you have to have the intention to do it. And if you have the intention, you have to make sure you don't pull back. And the second thing is the training. I had to train for basically a year before I climbed the mountain. And the problem is the best time to climb the mountain is in August, which meant that I had to practice in Ramadan while fasting and before and after eating, and during school time as well, during exams and everything. So it was, I wanted to make sure it didn't go for nothing, and basically I wanted to be the youngest Emirati, so I persevered with my intention and got there. Okay, so I'm going to start from shoes, of course, to top. You start with really good boots because they stop two things. First of all, they protect your ankle from twisting or from getting injured, and they stop the water from getting in, because if you got water inside anywhere, you will freeze. It's really, really cold. And then you have, they're called gaiters. They wrap around like between your shoe and your trousers. What they do is they stop water from getting inside and they stop dust from getting inside. And then you start with like good trousers. They have to be hiking trousers. Depending on where you are in the mountain, how cold it is, there's special trousers for that. You go up to your top, you have lots and lots of layers. First you have your base layers, which usually is merino wool. And then you have like a middle layer, depending on how cold it is, which is usually, it's supposed to get you somewhere between 0 degrees is when it's quite cold. And then you have your outer layer, which is the jackets and everything, which they're the best jackets were the ones we used on the last day, which was called the down jacket. It's really, really warm. And of course on the outside you have to wear raincoats because it could rain literally any day. Within minutes it can be clear skies to rainy, and you never know when it's going to rain, so you have to have it with you everywhere you go. Even if it's not raining, you have to have it with you in your bag. And then when you get to the top, you have to wear your balaclava when it's cold, and you have to wear a woolly hat. And of course, sunblock. And then when walking, you have to have your sunglasses, otherwise the UV rays will just kill your eyes. And you have to have walking sticks, because it's really, really difficult to get places without your walking sticks. I like to play piano, I play pool, I swim. I am a black belt in World Black Belt Center. I do something called Tang Soo Do, and I like to play football.